right now, but how is the rest of your work week forecast shaping up? I'll be breaking down all of those details coming up.
Plus March or April because of how it's feeling right now.
I know, even then I was just looking it up. These temperatures, they're much more reflective of what we typically see around May with those mid to upper 70s for the week ahead of us. And so feeling spring-like, not quite like we are technically still in winter at this time. But hey, I'll take it, especially Puxatawny Phil just yesterday for Groundhog Day. Saw his shadow. He did call for 6 more weeks of winter. It would have been a very similar forecast if he was located here. He would have saw a shadow with all of that sunshine yesterday. However, not looking likely for us, even looking in the long range. I'll be breaking down what you can expect for the days ahead of us coming up in just a bit, but focusing on the forecast for right now. Beautiful across the southeast. We're seeing some of that sunshine out there, just clouds further off towards the west, really not impacting us. We did wake up with some of that fog earlier today. A few of those clouds, or even then, that's going to be some of that fog development that we noticed earlier this morning. But with that sunshine, all of it mixing out. And so checking in town at our local beaches, stunning down in Orange Beach, blue sunny skies, vibrant water conditions. Noticing a few folks getting out there for this Monday, just soaking up some of that sunshine. And these warmer temperatures, we are quickly bumping up into the upper 60s, dew points mid 50s, but temperatures all across the Gulf Coast, everywhere reflective of some of these warmer conditions, even noticing some of those 70s already in Milton along with Crestview. Everywhere else just seeing some of those mid to upper 60s, but all of us will be seeing those 70s by the second half of today. Daytime highs expecting those to be in the lower to mid 70s, but even then these temperatures are cooler than what I'm expecting for the remainder of the week. So taking a look at our weather headlines and what we're tracking, we did have that crisp start to begin today. We're expecting another warm afternoon. We do have more of those spring-like days ahead of us for this week, along with some dry conditions, but I'll be talking more about your extended forecast and what you can expect approaching closer towards the weekend. All of that is coming up soon. Chelsea.
Just the hurricane season, we can deal with tornadoes this time of year as well.
That's exactly right. So it's always important just to make sure you have those preparations underway, and especially hurricane season. I mean, hey, June is going to be here before we know it, so it's important just make sure you're preparing during the week ahead. Well, also coming up, I'm going to talk more about your forecast, but let's talk about those sunrise and sunset times. So sunset this evening in Mobile is at 5:30, 5:27 in Pensacola. And then heading into tomorrow, sunrise 6:41 in Mobile, 6:38 in Pensacola. Sunset is getting later, sunrise is getting earlier, and the days are getting longer. But hey, I'll talk more about the forecast coming up after the break. Katie.
Hey, yeah, he's kidding.
Come get your man.
Just joking, everyone.
He's just kidding.
Hey, I'm sure some people do something like that if they're upset over a recent breakup.
I know, but
you get to name the cockroaches.
Naming the cockroaches.
See, we talk about the benefits of the candy and the love of Valentine's Day,
I got
but
you
the
that
breakup.
last year. The
You
cockroach.
did. He named the cockroach after me.
Yeah, that
you
was so
usually
sweet
do that
of me.
after an ex, not a coworker, not a current coworker.
I'll have to look around again, see what's out there.
If you missed on Studio 10, all the girls in Studio 10 go on a lunch. That's why we don't include Joe.
Yeah.
Right
the Galentine's lunch.
Galentine's lunch.
after us.
Exactly.
Gross.
Well, let's go ahead and talk more about your forecast at this time. Just a reminder, it is a great time for you to download the Fox 10 weather app. That way you can stay updated on the forecast. However, I did want to show you one of my favorite features with it. And so I like the built-in Futurecast option, but also I like that you can submit your pics and videos here, but also you get to go and just scroll through what other folks are seeing at this time. So we had a beautiful submission of a Gulf Shore sunrise from Carla J earlier. The vibrant, beautiful colors there. Last night, look at that sunset photo. That was going to be from the Dauphin Island Ferry sent in from Joe. And then also the moon and Venus at 8 p.m. in Sims. I saw this the other night. We were down just closer towards Theodore having dinner. And if you notice, you have the big bright moon right there. And then Venus was very close to it. So some stunning photos. But I have a plea out to the folks there too. So over the weekend in Orange Beach, also I just saw on Facebook that it was spotted too. There's some whales off of the Gulf Coast right now. And so I just saw a Facebook post of some people saying that they saw them down in Pensacola. If y'all see them, if you see them down closer towards southern Baldwin County, Escambia County, Florida, just offshore, if you actually take the photo, submit it to us, send it in, please submit them. I want to be able to share some of those photos with you. But again, some whale spotting out there, so we would love to share them on air and online. But let's go ahead and talk about your forecast out there currently. So in case you are going to be taking the boat out, doing anything outdoors, things are beautiful. Clear sunny skies out there. Things look nice so far to begin. A nice look from our Navigator Credit Union camera at the Battleship. Temperatures are resting in the lower 60s. Dew points right around 50 degrees with those calm winds out there. Now our day planner heading into the rest of this afternoon, we're going to be seeing temperatures maxing out in the lower to mid 70s, seeing plenty of sunshine with some of those calm winds, but also clear skies out there as we get further along into the rest of this evening. But notice that quick drop from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. We go from the upper 60s to the upper 50s. Now we are above average for this time of year. Typically we should be in the lower 60s, running 10 degrees above that. Previous record was 82, set back in 1989. And as I mentioned earlier, it's calm winds out there. So the rip current risk, it's low today through the entire week. Beautiful water conditions. And then I mentioned this just in the last about 15 minutes ago, the temperature outlook from the CPC, the Climate Prediction Center, February 11th to February 17th, high chances to see above average temperatures. Of a final look at your 10-day forecast coming up in just a bit. Chelsea, Joe.
And he's so excited it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Pesto.
That same-sex birth that happened in the movie Jurassic Park. They said nature found a way.
No
It did,
way.
yep.
And with the sharks, too.
Yep. So I'm curious to see. Nature does it.
I know, baby sharks are real cute. The big sharks are a
Yeah,
little scarier.
not so much the big ones, just the little baby
just the
ones.
babies.
Well, let's go ahead and take a final look at your forecast. And today, can you believe it, is actually the coolest day that we'll be expecting this week. We are 10 degrees above average, but by the time we get towards midweek, end of the week, we'll be seeing some of those mid to upper 70s, possibly even a few isolated lower 80s once we get closer towards Friday into the weekend. Also, our morning temperatures, it was chilly to begin, will be in the lower 60s for the rest of the week. Might not even see that AC kick off once we get towards the weekend.
So I know the People's Parade is this Saturday, but maybe you could go to the parade and then go to the beach in your swimsuit.
Yep.
How wild.
Beautiful out there.
Man.
Nice.
And watch out for the plesiosaurus if those dinosaurs from Jurassic Park were real.
Bye, y'all.